Chosen ones, you are no longer an ordinary person, but have entered a very big energy shift in the universe. It is no coincidence that you clicked on this video today, but rather, it is the call of the universe that you have now been chosen for the 5D shift. Are you feeling the emotions of others more intensely, even without any verbal exchange? You may receive signals from the universe about this shift within the next few days. At that time, you will feel as if a veil is about to be lifted from your eyes, after which you are going to face the deep truth about the world and yourself. This experience is like stepping into a completely new reality, as if everything you knew was just a shadow of the truth. As you move into the 5th dimension, you can feel a deep sense of peace, regardless of external circumstances. Problems that once triggered intense emotions now seem like temporary passing clouds. This detachment is not indifference, but a recognition that you are part of a larger divine plan. You may begin to sense things before they even happen or receive insights that seem to come from a higher source, leading you to choices that are in line with your soul's path. This shift touches not just your thoughts or beliefs, but every part of your personality. It is a deep, sweeping change that will transform your being. Your body begins to vibrate at a higher frequency, aligning with the energy of this 5th dimension. So are you ready to embrace this deep change of the universe? The next 24 hours are bringing waves of change for the chosen ones. Before the universe immerses you in this deep change, if you are ready, write in the comments, "Thank you, universe." And if you are not connected to the energy of this channel, you can join by subscribing to the channel. Increased sensitivity to energies and emotions. One of the first signs of entering the 5th dimension is a new sensitivity to energies and emotions, where you begin to sense invisible layers of reality that are beyond normal perception. In this state, you begin to pick up vibrations, frequencies, and energies that you were previously unaware of. This experience can be quite profound, often manifesting in new, spontaneous ways of connecting with people, nature, and even the places around you. One of the most noticeable changes is an increased sensitivity to the emotions and energies of others. You may find yourself walking into a room and instantly feeling the mood or atmosphere without anyone saying anything. It's almost as if you have a new sense that allows you to feel the unspoken energy of people and places. This sensitivity to energy is not limited to people you know. It can also apply to complete strangers. For example, you might feel a strange sadness when passing someone on the street, or a burst of joy around a group of people celebrating. This isn't just a random feeling. It's as if you're subtly sensing the vibrations they emit. Sometimes this heightened awareness can feel overwhelming, especially in crowded or busy places. When you're around many people, it's easy to be engulfed by a whirlwind of emotions, which can leave you feeling exhausted or overstimulated. This is because you're feeling many different emotional frequencies all at once. Every person has a unique emotional frequency, and when these mix together in large numbers, it can feel chaotic to someone who is sensitive to them. Places like shopping malls, busy streets, or crowded events can feel particularly intense, even if you've ever enjoyed them. You may begin to seek out quieter or more peaceful environments because they allow you to connect with your own energy rather than being influenced by those around you. Nature, on the other hand, often brings a deep sense of peace and stability in this state. Natural settings such as the forest, beach, or mountains have their own energy, but it is harmonious and nurturing compared to the more erratic energy fields found in man-made environments. Being in nature seems to be a form of energetic cleansing or recharging, allowing you to reconnect with yourself in a calm and balanced way. In the 5th dimension, you may be drawn to spending more time outdoors as the pure organic energy of nature helps to restore and maintain your balance. With this increased sensitivity, you may also find that you are more affected by the energy of objects, environments, or even past experiences contained in certain places. This could mean feeling the energy present in a historic building, the warmth in a family heirloom, or the tension in a place where there has recently been an argument. Everything around us has some sort of energetic signature, and in the fifth dimension, these signatures become more noticeable, as if the energy of objects and environments is speaking to you in a silent language. This new level of awareness involves not only embracing the emotions of others, but also connecting more deeply with your own inner landscape. You may find that you can no longer ignore or suppress your own emotions as easily as before. Emotions that were unacknowledged or repressed may surface with greater clarity, encouraging you to work on them rather than ignore them. This process can be both challenging and rewarding, as it promotes living in a more authentic and integrated way. By becoming more aware of your own emotional state, you also gain a better understanding of your inner needs and desires, allowing you to live more in tune with your true self. Synchronicities and meaningful coincidences. Another sign that you are entering the fifth dimension is the frequency of synchronicities. These are meaningful coincidences, the universe's way of showing you that you're on the right path. Entering the fifth dimension often brings with it an increase in synchronicities, those seemingly magical moments when things line up perfectly, as if orchestrated by an invisible force. These synchronicities are much more than random occurrences. They feel meaningful, as if the universe itself is communicating with you and guiding you along your path. Imagine you've been contemplating a new job or a big life decision. You start seeing certain numbers over and over, like 1111 on clocks, receipts, or license plates. Or maybe you've been feeling the need for guidance, and suddenly you come across the perfect book, meet a person with helpful advice, or find a podcast episode that speaks exactly to what you needed to hear. These synchronicities feel too precise to be accidental. They arrive with a sense of purpose, like little messages reminding you that you're exactly where you need to be. In the fifth dimension, these signs and synchronicities become more frequent because your awareness and connection to the universe are expanding. You're in tune with higher vibrations, allowing you to notice and interpret these meaningful coincidences. It's as if a veil has lifted, and you're now able to see the subtle ways in which the universe is actively engaging with you. Instead of merely feeling like events are happening to you, there's a sense that everything has a purpose, even the smallest things. For example, you might start noticing repeated symbols or themes that relate to things you've been thinking about or trying to understand. Perhaps you're working on self-love, and you start seeing reminders everywhere. The word love in song lyrics, hearts in unexpected places, or random acts of kindness that touch you. Each synchronicity aligns with your journey and seems to nudge you forward, encouraging you to trust yourself and the process. These aren't just random things in your environment. They feel like affirmations that are meant to give you confidence and clarity. Another common type of synchronicity in the fifth dimension is encountering the right people at the right time. You may meet someone who shares valuable knowledge or insights, or you might connect with someone who has been through similar experiences and can relate to your current challenges. Sometimes these connections feel fated, as though you were destined to meet. This happens because, in the fifth dimension, you're more connected to the flow of the universe, aligning with the people and experiences that support your growth. Often, synchronicities involve numbers, as numbers hold their own vibrational energy. Repeated sequences like 1111, 333, or 555 are especially common, and are known as angel numbers. These numbers carry specific meanings. For instance, 1111 is often seen as a wake-up call, a reminder to stay aware and aligned with your intentions. It's a gentle nudge to tune in and recognize that you're part of a larger, universal plan. Other numbers have different messages. For example, 444 can mean that you're being protected and guided, while 555 suggests that changes are on the horizon. The more you notice these patterns and align with their messages, the more you strengthen your relationship with the universe, creating a sort of cosmic conversation. You start recognizing that you are not separate from the universe. Instead, you're a part of its flow. Each synchronicity encourages you to keep trusting in the journey, even when you face uncertainty or challenges. It's like having a quiet reassurance that everything is unfolding as it should. This heightened awareness of synchronicities helps build a sense of trust in the unseen forces guiding you. Over time, these signs become like familiar guideposts, offering comfort and support as you navigate life's twists and turns. You may find that once you begin to expect synchronicities, they happen more often, almost as if the universe responds to your openness. You start to feel that you're in a dance with the universe, co-creating your reality through your intentions, choices, and openness to these magical moments. Experiencing time as fluid and non-linear. Experiencing time as fluid and non-linear is one of the more fascinating and sometimes disorienting signs of entering the fifth dimension. In our usual three-dimensional reality, we experience time in a strict, linear way. Past, present, and future all flow in a straight line, where we move from one moment to the next in a predictable sequence. However, in the fifth dimension, this framework begins to loosen, and time itself starts to feel different, almost as though it's bending, expanding, or even collapsing in on itself. It's a bit like stepping into a new realm where time is no longer a strict rule, but rather a flexible, flowing experience. One of the first ways people notice this shift is in how time seems to pass differently. You might find yourself absorbed in an activity, only to look up and realize that hours have flown by, feeling as if only a few minutes have passed. Conversely, a brief moment, like a powerful conversation or a sunset, can feel expansive, as if you were immersed in it for much longer than the actual time that passed. These experiences can be surprising, almost like waking from a dream and realizing that time moved at a different pace than you expected. In the fifth dimension, time becomes less about fixed points and more about moments that feel layered. You may start to feel that events from your past, present, and even potential futures are all somehow interconnected, coexisting rather than separated. This sensation can make it feel like memories or past experiences are incredibly vivid, almost as though you're reliving them in the present. Similarly, you may have a sense of knowing future possibilities or seeing potential paths that haven't physically happened yet, but feel very real. This awareness often makes life feel fuller, as if every moment contains multiple layers of meaning and possibility. Because of this shift, the concept of waiting or clock time can start to feel less relevant. Instead of constantly feeling rushed or bound by schedules, you might feel a greater sense of freedom and patience. Rather than feeling pressured to meet strict timelines, you start to trust that events will unfold naturally. In fact, some people describe it as living in the flow, where you're less concerned with minutes and hours and more focused on the experience of each moment. When you're in this state, life often feels more peaceful and spacious, as if you're fully present without worrying about what comes next. This expanded sense of time also brings with it an ability to be more present and aware in each moment. You may find that you're noticing more details, feeling deeper emotions, or understanding situations with greater clarity. In a way, each moment feels richer because you're not solely anchored in the now as defined by the clock, but rather connected to a larger web of experiences. This connection allows for insights and intuition to emerge more freely because your mind isn't restricted to what's immediately in front of you. You're able to draw from a broader field of awareness, where insights from your past or guidance for the future feel readily accessible. Of course, this shift in time perception can sometimes feel disorienting, especially if you're used to a structured sense of time. You might worry that you're losing time, or that you're not keeping up with the pace of the outside world. It can also be a bit unsettling to feel like past memories or potential future outcomes are right there with you, almost as though the boundaries between them are fading. However, these feelings of disorientation are usually temporary as you adapt to this new way of experiencing time. Gradually, you may come to see this fluid sense of time as a gift, one that allows for a deeper connection to yourself and to the universe. With this shift comes a realization that time is, in many ways, an illusion or construct. In the fifth dimension, you start to feel that all of your experiences, whether past, present, or future, are interconnected, almost like chapters in the same book. Each chapter may feel distinct when you read it, but it's all part of a larger, unfolding story. This understanding brings a sense of continuity and interconnectedness to your life, where every moment is part of a greater whole, and nothing is ever truly lost to time. Feeling a deep sense of peace and detachment. In the fifth dimension, one of the most noticeable shifts is an inner sense of deep peace and detachment. This isn't the kind of detachment that makes you indifferent or disengaged from life. Instead, it's a profound and comforting sense of calm, a knowing that there's a larger plan at work and that every experience, good or bad, fits within this greater design. As you experience this, the worries and stresses that used to weigh heavily on you begin to lose their grip. Situations and emotions that once triggered frustration or fear feel less consuming, as if you're watching them pass by like clouds in the sky without getting caught up in them. In the fifth dimension, you begin to see your experiences from a higher perspective. Where before you may have felt bogged down by each problem or setback, you now sense that life has a natural flow, a kind of rhythm that unfolds with or without your constant worry. It's like being able to take a step back from your emotions and see them for what they are, temporary waves in a much larger ocean. This isn't about ignoring problems or denying how you feel. Rather, it's a recognition that your emotions are just one part of your experience and that they, too, will pass. This perspective often brings with it a sense of trust. You start to understand that everything happens for a reason, even if that reason isn't immediately clear. Challenges that once felt like roadblocks start to feel more like stepping stones, each with its own purpose. You begin to trust in the timing of life, knowing that certain events unfold exactly when they're meant to. As you experience this, the need to control every aspect of your journey fades. You no longer feel as desperate to make things happen right away, because you trust that what's meant for you will come in its own time. This sense of detachment and peace isn't about withdrawing from life's ups and downs. Rather, it's about embracing them with a greater understanding. You can feel joy, sadness, excitement, or disappointment, but you no longer cling to these feelings or let them define you. It's as if you're watching your life as an unfolding story, and each moment is a page in that story. You realize that no single page or chapter defines the entire book. Instead, every experience contributes to the larger narrative. This understanding allows you to enjoy the good times without fear of losing them, and to move through difficult moments without feeling defeated. One of the most beautiful aspects of this peace and detachment is how it affects your relationships. When you're less reactive and more centered, you're able to interact with others from a place of genuine compassion. You no longer take others' actions as personally, understanding that everyone is on their own journey with their own challenges and growth. This brings a sense of freedom as you don't feel weighed down by resentment or anger. Instead, you feel a natural empathy, recognizing that everyone is doing the best they can within their own level of awareness. This doesn't mean you tolerate harmful behavior, but you're less likely to hold on to grudges, knowing that forgiveness is part of your own peace. Another way this detachment manifests is in your sense of purpose. You may find that you're drawn to things that truly matter to you, rather than what society or others expect from you. The peace of the fifth dimension helps clarify what feels right and authentic. This clarity allows you to make choices that are more aligned with your true self, bringing a deeper satisfaction to whatever path you choose. You start to value experiences, relationships, and pursuits that feel meaningful and soulful, rather than simply chasing external goals or validation. The more time you spend in this peaceful state, the more you realize that it isn't fragile. It's not easily shaken by everyday stresses. While life will still present challenges, your inner peace serves as an anchor, helping you navigate difficult times with resilience. This is because the peace of the fifth dimension is grounded in a profound sense of connection to yourself, to others, and to something greater. You start to feel as though you're part of a web of existence, where every experience, every person, and every event is interwoven in a purposeful way. Vivid and symbolic dreams. As you begin to shift into the fifth dimension, your dreams often take on a new quality, becoming vivid, symbolic, and filled with meaning. Instead of the fleeting or fragmented dreams you may have experienced before, these dreams feel much richer and more layered, almost like journeys into another world. They often linger with you even after you wake, leaving a sense of deep peace or clarity, as if you've just returned from a place that's as real as, if not more real than, the waking world. In the fifth dimension, dreams become a powerful channel for insights, guidance, and connection to realms beyond ordinary perception. These vivid dreams can feel like profound experiences, often carrying symbolic messages or insights that relate to your life, growth, or challenges. You might find yourself dreaming about symbols, people, or places that seem meaningful, even if they're not immediately clear. These symbols can be personal, related to your own inner world, or universal, like water, mountains, animals, or light. Over time, you may start to see patterns or recurring themes in these dreams, as if the dream world is speaking to you in a unique language that helps you navigate your path. One powerful aspect of these dreams is the sense of connection to higher guidance. Many people experience encounters with spiritual guides, loved ones who have passed, or even symbolic figures who seem to carry wisdom and support. These figures often feel familiar, even if you don't know them in the waking world, and their presence is comforting, as though they're there to offer protection or direction. When you encounter these guides, you may receive messages or simply feel a sense of reassurance and peace that stays with you long after you wake up. It's as if the boundaries between this world and the higher realms have softened, allowing you to access wisdom and comfort directly from the source. In the fifth dimension, dreams can also serve as a form of emotional or spiritual healing. You may find that unresolved feelings, memories, or fears surface in these dreams, giving you a chance to process them in a safe, symbolic way. It's like your subconscious is working with you, presenting emotions and insights that help you release old patterns and embrace new perspectives. For instance, if you've been struggling with letting go of a past experience, you may dream about it from a different perspective, allowing you to find closure or understanding. These dreams often feel cathartic, helping you wake up with a sense of resolution or relief, as if a weight has been lifted. Another fascinating quality of these dreams is that they often seem to operate outside of ordinary time. Just as time in the fifth dimension becomes more fluid and non-linear, so too do these dreams. You may find that they span across different eras or locations, allowing you to explore past lives, future possibilities, or alternate realities. For example, you might dream of being in a different historical period or in a place that feels both familiar and otherworldly. These dreams can give you a glimpse into the timeless nature of your consciousness, showing you that your soul's journey is much broader and more expansive than you might have realized. The symbolic nature of these dreams also invites a deeper exploration of your own psyche and spiritual growth. Each symbol, emotion, or scenario in these dreams can be seen as a mirror, reflecting parts of your inner world that are seeking your attention. By reflecting on the symbols and messages, you can gain insights into your beliefs, desires, and fears. Many people find that keeping a dream journal helps to capture these experiences and reflect on their meaning over time. This practice can reveal patterns, themes, and recurring symbols that guide you toward a greater understanding of yourself. For some, these vivid dreams also serve as a bridge to creativity and inspiration. The imagery, symbols, and insights that come through can spark new ideas, encourage artistic expression, or provide a fresh perspective on projects or goals. You may find that these dreams fuel your creative energy, as if you're drawing from a well of inspiration that lies beyond the physical world. Connection with nature and feeling unity with all life. As you move into the fifth dimension, a powerful sense of connection with nature and the interconnectedness of all life begins to bloom within you. This isn't simply an appreciation for the natural world, but rather a profound realization that you are an integral part of it. Nature no longer feels separate from you. It feels like a vibrant, living extension of yourself, a reminder that every tree, river, animal, and element is made of the same energy that flows through you. This awareness brings a deep sense of peace and belonging, as if you've come home to something fundamental and sacred. One of the most striking aspects of this connection is the overwhelming love and respect you start to feel for the earth and its inhabitants, plants, animals, and even the elements like water, air, and sunlight take on a new level of importance, not as resources to be used, but as companions on your journey. Trees seem to have wisdom. Rivers feel like veins of the earth, carrying life wherever they flow. Animals feel like teachers, each with a unique role and consciousness that contributes to the harmony of the world. The natural world becomes an endless source of inspiration, healing, and knowledge, and you begin to feel responsible for protecting and cherishing it. This connection also brings a sense of unity and reverence for life in all its forms. You start to see how everything is interwoven, creating a vast, intricate web of existence. Plants, for example, provide the oxygen you breathe, while you, in turn, release carbon dioxide that they need to survive. Birds carry seeds from one place to another, helping new plants to grow, while insects, like bees, pollinate flowers, ensuring that fruits and vegetables can flourish. There's a sense of harmony and interdependence in every corner of nature, a kind of sacred balance that sustains all life. Recognizing this unity brings a deep sense of humility and gratitude, knowing that you are part of a delicate system that relies on each piece doing its part. With this awareness, the concept of harming nature or exploiting its resources becomes almost unthinkable. Instead, you feel a desire to nurture and protect it, understanding that harming the earth is, in a sense, harming yourself. This respect extends not just to the environment, but to all creatures. You may find yourself feeling more compassionate towards animals, whether they are pets, wildlife, or those traditionally used for food. You recognize their role in the ecosystem and their right to live their lives freely. This compassion can lead you to make lifestyle changes that honor this connection, whether it's spending more time in nature, supporting environmental efforts, or adopting a more conscious approach to the products you consume. Experiencing unity with nature also changes the way you see yourself. You start to realize that you are not just an individual moving through life, but part of something much larger, a vast web of energy and consciousness. You begin to understand that your thoughts, emotions, and actions ripple out into this web, affecting everything around you. This understanding often brings a heightened sense of responsibility as well as empowerment, because you see that your choices can make a real difference. The more love, kindness, and care you put into the world, the more it radiates back, creating a positive cycle that benefits all life. This sense of unity with all life also brings a feeling of being fully alive. You may notice that spending time in nature feels like a kind of healing or recharging for your soul. Walking through a forest, sitting by the ocean, or simply feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin takes on new significance. It's as if the earth itself is communicating with you, sharing its wisdom and nurturing your spirit. You start to notice the subtle changes in seasons, the intricate designs of leaves, the rhythm of waves, and the songs of birds, all reminders that life is vibrant and constantly evolving. Desire for authenticity and purposeful living, finally, entering the fifth dimension, shifts your priorities. You may feel an overwhelming need to live authentically, leaving behind anything superficial, fake, or out of alignment with your true self. Relationships, jobs, and habits that once defined you may no longer resonate. This is because the fifth dimension operates on a vibration of truth and integrity, pushing you toward a life of purpose and higher alignment. Conclusion. These are some of the most powerful signs that you are moving into the fifth dimension. Each of these changes brings you closer to a state of true awareness and spiritual evolution. Embrace them, for they are your guides on the journey to higher consciousness. Remember, the fifth dimension is a reality of pure love, unity, and limitless potential. As you continue to grow, let these signs encourage you to step fully into the next level of your spiritual awakening. Thank you for joining this exploration into the fifth dimension. Keep your heart open, stay curious, and trust that your journey is unfolding exactly as it's meant to.